something we always discuss about Freiburg is his work ethic, how keen he is to watch demos, is not afraid of hard work, is this Swede. So if they are taking cash, you do have to assume they must have something. Of course, I'm a pet in the background as well, the coach. Not going to just let something through unawares, so there must be something that Optic have in their up their sleeve, perhaps seeing something from Space Soldiers they can exploit. We'll have to see if it works now, going into the second map of a best of 3.
Yeah, this is the thing, and well, Engin, he's starting off right off the bat at middle, finds the head onto Mixwell, rips him off, rips him apart. As now we sit in a situation where Optic are at one-man disadvantage. They come into this A bomb site. Gonteras goes down though. Oh, and Paz fails to get anything sat in the corner. They shut him down. They take him out of the equation. And now Optic with the bomb down put themselves into a good spot. Alu and Magisk back towards quad side, looking for any opportunity that might be given to him as HS is just tapping away. USP in hand towards truck. Freiburg drops out the flash. There is still one player waiting for him, pushing towards him closer and closer. Major finds the kill, though. This is a good chance for Space Soldiers to explode onto this bomb site now, but HS, oh, what a beaut! The USP comes in, he gets the first kill, and then just turns around, the instant one-tap, and he comes in with the win.
HS on this Optic squad as well isn't the one who needs to step up to win, but usually when he is the one performing, he's the difference maker. He is someone who can fill that void, doesn't have to leave it up to Magisk. And as we saw in the previous map, Magisk looking strong enough as it already is. So if you have HS also stepping up to that level, then perhaps Cash is not going to be where Space Soldiers getting in today.
And this is the thing, right? Both HS and Magisk, young players, 19 and 20 respectively. HS living up to his name. This is where the firepower of Optic is just so dangerous. It was only last year that HS made it to his first major with Penta, and now he's on a star-studded lineup. And they're looking to try and get back there again under the leadership of Freiburg as they come onto this B side. Gonteras has managed to get one, but how much more can he do here? Major, very good spot, CZ, but he runs out of bullets. That was so close there. Engin able to help him out, though. The damage has been done. 2 versus 4. HS, 10 health. Got to be careful. Alu needs to be able to back him up, needs to be able to help him out here. The smoke goes down. The coverage is going to be in favor for the CTs now. As Optic are massively on the back foot here. Nade going out towards the site. Gonteras standing strong on 9 health. Still alive, still ready to fight it off. Alu, AK in hand. The key thing is, Space Soldiers haven't been able to grab the weaponry just yet. Alu's got to make some big movements here, and that's the start he wanted. Picks up the first kill, while his teammate does get taken down by Paz. He was very low health. 3 more members to find. Alu's got to check every single corner, every angle, as he's actually got Gonteras on his right, sneaking up on him. He's got to be so careful. It's going to come down to timing. Alu running around, 25 seconds to go. Finds the first kill. That's beautiful from him. Alu looking to kind of clutch this out now, but he's going to have to push for it, and they can just jump all over him when he tries to make this work. 10 seconds, and he has to go for the plant. The damage being done. Alu checking every single corner at this stage. Finds the kill, and he's got to get into sight. He's got to drop that plant. He will be able to do it, and this is beautiful from Alu. If he can clutch it. Oh, by the last second. Couldn't get it done.
Unfortunately, is not able to get that bomb plant. Means Space Soldiers will take the next round, putting an end to that round differential we thought Optic were going to be able to mount after taking that pistol. So this is what we need to see out of Space Soldiers now. Stopping Optic in their tracks, not letting them run away, not giving them any early round advantage.
That was so close. Alu almost clutching it out. Time not on his side. Missed it by literally a fraction of a second. And Optic paid the price for it. The weaponry now in favor of Space Soldiers. And luck was certainly on their side.
Of course, Optic is a squad we know can come back from any kind of deficit. Just made to make sure that doesn't tilt them. Of course, losing out on a round that close might end up getting to you, but Optic, we know all these veterans should be able to shake that off with ease. Now going into this round, we do see an AK, of course, in the hands of Alu, the one he managed to save. The rest of his team investing into it with him. Could be an important round if they somehow pull this off, but Space Soldiers, Xantaras as well with this FAMAS in hand, looking like they have the upper hand, but suddenly here comes the push.
Yeah, HS came round, caught Zontaras off guard. Magic has found one as well. Alu still not really been able to open up into it. 21 health. He finally gets the kill on the board. The bomb will be planted. This could be a complete turnaround now for Optic. They're looking to assert their dominance as Alu is found out open in middle, and it's going to be all up to Magis to come up with the big kills. Deagle in hand. He's got to find 2 members. Alex doesn't have too much health left, but he still manages to find the kill. The defuse will come in. Space Soldiers will pick up a second round, and that's a nice bit of weaponry maintained and brought through into the next round for Space Soldiers.
Turkish lineup doing well to recover there, making sure Optic do not reset them. Hold on to 2 rifles as well. M4 and an AK respectively. Going into this round now, they should be able to take this one with ease. Should be going up against an ecoed Optic. And Alu, of course, buying that favoured revolver he seems to like so much. But he looks like he is going to be the major investment of Optic. Everyone else just taking a couple of upgraded pistols. I'm going to take this eco round on the chin and then go into the further buy rounds.
Well, Alu's still using that revolver, even with going up against Space Soldiers. He obviously believes he can make it work. I guess it can be powerful in the right hands, but it's a very unorthodox weapon to use, not one we see too often at all. Oh, he spots out one, goes for the first shot, tapping away, tags Calyx down to 13 health, but can't find the kill. Calyx getting it done, making it happen, as Major comes in to spray the final 2 down, popping heads, and that'll be the 3rd round claim for Space Soldiers here on Cash.
Nice spray transfer from Major, does get him that 3rd on the board, and now this is where you need to stop them now. Optic will be able to meet this buy with one of their own, an AWP in the hands of Alu as well. And we've seen previously, this is when Space Soldiers start to get dangerous. Once they're able to start mounting money in their bank accounts, start getting those rounds consecutively, is when those individual fraggers can start to go off. So Optic going to want to stop this now. Don't want to let them get too far away, get too much confidence. Want to try and break them early on.
Alu poised and ready for someone to push into A main. Major's going for it through the smoke. He can't see the terrorist on his right-hand side. It is actually Mixwell, and he's unaware of it so far. Zontaras looking to get boosted over mid as well. Are they going to try and pincer them in here? Zontaras in a very good angle. Major's still not spotted, and he will fall back. He's not going to give him the advantage.
See this counter boost coming in from Zontaras, not going for the aggressive peek just yet, ensuring his head is not on display. For if it was, Freiburg would be sure to peel it straight back off.
Oh, he jumps up, gets hunted down. Alu does pay the price, but Freiburg on the return. And that was a close trade there. 4 versus 4 now. Zontaras taken out of the equation. Alu with his AWP rendered useless as Major goes for the poke again at A main to find Mixwell. This is well played from Space Soldiers, working the angles, dropping out and taking the 1v1 duels, splitting apart Optic's team defense.
Optic left on the back foot now, 3 versus 4. Still decent utility across the board though, so we'll be able to try and make their way into a site, and it looks like it's going to be B. That time is ticking down and the bomb is in hand.
Engin finding Magisk. This is looking good for Space Soldiers as Calyx sprays out one. Freiburg all alone, 6 health and a dream. And he comes out with that AK, nothing he can do. Major picks up the final kill, and that'll be 4-1. Space Soldiers starting strong once again. And Major's even picked up the revolver of Alu.
Perhaps now Optic starting to regret this cash pick, like we said. Space Soldiers' best map by far. And somehow giving it a second time, you'd think after Optic seeing Envious fall to Space Soldiers on this very map, taking that game, they'd have some worries of their own. Now Space Soldiers with a 3-round advantage and Optic forced onto yet another eco.
It's still early days, but maybe one day someone will learn not to play Space Soldiers on Cash.
No, by far their best map, but why not? Let's just not ban it, I guess. Seems reasonable to me.
Yeah. Major jumps down, pops the vents, somehow remains unscathed. They know what's going on. They all heard it. They've got pistols in their hand. He charges through at the same time they do as Calyx and Engin just getting their kills on the board as Alu picks up one with a revolver, but that might be all he's going to get. He comes in with a second one, and Calyx will finish him off. 2 kills with a revolver. Not bad for Alu, but it's not a round on the board as Space Soldiers claim their 5th.
Another round going in the way of Space Soldiers. Saw Major there Unfortunately, falling to the heat. We'll be able to get a rebuy, no problem. All this money going in the bank now will prompt tactical timeout coming from Optic. Freiburg gonna talk to his brothers in arms, calm everyone down. Don't want to start to let this Turkish squad run away with it now. We've seen how individually these players play on their confidence frags. Once they start chaining stuff together, they start to look unbeatable. Obviously, when they are down, they can look very bad, but on the flip side, we can see how strong they are performing once given the opportunity in the game.
It's good, though, that Optic take a little bit of time to decide what they're going to do here. Alu back on that AWP. They've got to be able to react and adjust to the really smart pushes that are coming out from Space Soldiers. The well-timed main push from Major. Zontera's going up on the boost. It really caught Optic off guard, and now they've got to find a way to deal with it.
Alu still with his AWP in hand. Going to be key in getting these entries for his squad if they want to start battling back now. Already a 4-round deficit. Do not want to let that go any further.
Paz looking into A main. Taking the aggressive peek. Will jump back down from the position. He's backed up by Zonteras going towards Forklift. Space Soldiers getting ready for this. The flash comes out. He comes in, but Alu able to find the frag. And this is exactly what they didn't want, as Paz is able to deal the damage, take that AWP out of the equation. Paz with a second and a third. Brilliant as he takes down Mixwell. Stops the rush coming in. And HS, Magisk, it's all up to them. But they are really in a difficult situation. HS has made his way round to Forklift. But where can he go from here? He's trying to sneak round. He's just seen the feet of one. Deals damage onto Paz, comes in with a second kill. This is where HS can completely open up the site and rip him apart. He is taken down by Major, but now you're in a 1 versus 2, and this is a winnable situation for Magisk as he goes to get the bomb down. Only Major and Calix left to deal with. He's got a bit of utility to play with as well. Major going towards Squeaky Door. Is Magisk going to be aware of this? Surely he's going to look towards this angle. The timing might not be on his side, and it's not going to work. Major comes round, finds it, and that's going to be a 6th round secured for Space Soldiers. Optic struggling now that they are on cash against the monsters from Turkey, Space Soldiers.
Showing their dominance on cash despite it being against Optic, one of the best teams in this minor, definitely the favorite overall, but Space Soldiers showing this is why you don't give them cash. They're so strong as a unit and individually on this map.
Like you said, Sam, cash is a map that works for these teams that can win these aim duels. And there's not many teams that seem to be able to best Space Soldiers here when it comes to these 1v1 situations.
Definitely not, and is not paying off thus far for Optic. None of that homework is paying off just yet. 5-round disadvantage going into the 8th. There will be an equal buy across both teams. Alu does not have his preferred rifle, only an AK thus far, while Calix does have an AWP in hand.
Engin aggressive towards middle. Playing towards the sandbags. He's waiting for someone to poke up, as Optic continue to play slow. Last round, they only just about managed to get the bomb down. It was that very smart play from HS that allowed them to get in there. Other than that, Space Soldiers have stayed pretty dominant across the board. Major, Calix, ready and waiting for this B push to come in. Calix going to fall back as he hears the smoke. He has an idea of what's going on. Engine completely flashed, pops out, finds the first kill, does the damage onto the second, but Mixwell is able to reply. Major in a really nice spot, but will it be checked? Oh, and they don't look again. HS gets one, but Major with the spray control finds himself two. Alu and Mixwell, the only guys left alive. Paz has already rotated round. The flash goes up, but Zonteras is there to spray him down. Damage has been done. Mixwell, 22 health. Will try to get the plant down. But can he clutch out the round? It's going to take something phenomenal from this young man to make it happen. Puts himself in a good position, but Zonteras is on top of it. Another round on the board. Another solid finish for Space Soldiers. And they do secure the AWP to take through to the next round. When will this domination stop?
Space Soldiers so dominant again on Cash, already defeating a lineup of veterans over on the Envious squad. Now looking likely to do it once again against Optic. Great spray transfer coming out from Major there, lends him those 2 kills over towards the B site. And another round on the board.
At this point, Space Soldiers, you can hear him starting to shout and scream from where we're commentating from. Major getting boosted up there over the smoke, does the damage. Alu only on 8 health already to start this round off with. Optic, they are struggling now against Space Soldiers. Maybe this is where they begin to regret their decisions as Freiburg finds Engin very aggressively all out on his own. Alu can hear what's going on as he comes towards Squeaky Door. He should be able to call this in to his teammates. But will he be able to get the frags when he finally comes through? Advantage Optic, and it's not many times that we've been able to say that so far this game.
Have been able to find the opener now. Need to activate upon that, need to at least start getting some more rounds on the board. Space Soldiers with already 7 on their CT side, and Zantares looks to make it an 8th with another kill over towards Mixwell.
Once again, Optic trying to get into this A bomb side, but it's been so difficult for them to get through. HS starts off strong. It's exactly what they need is a Zantares. Spray control comes in. He drops the nade down. Freiburg now on 18 health. Alu on 5. Optic have got to somehow hold strong. It's going to be up to Magis to come up with a huge performance, but so far, he's only got 3 kills on the board. It's time for him to step up for his teammates as Calix looks for the opening. The incendiary grenade goes out towards Forklift, starting to burn him alive. Magis gets taken down. Now it's all up to Freiburg, 3 versus 1. Finds the first kill thick and fast, but won't be able to get the second. It's going to be an 8th round on the board for Space Soldiers, and at this point, Optic surely need to take a timeout and regather their thoughts.
Only other team that has been able to put up a fight against Optic previously with that 11-4 advantage on their first half, which they managed to lose, and now a 7-round advantage once more, 8-1 on their CT side on Cash, a map we were questioning so much Optic picking, and Space Soldiers showing why they're so formidable on this map.
How this didn't get banned out early on just baffles me, Sam. Just completely baffles me.
And really not worth the risk.
Yeah, it's just... It hurts to watch. Like now, Calix starts off strong again. HS goes down. And it's crazy that actually Optic aren't really reading what Space Soldiers are doing. They've got a couple of different setups, but it's not being checked as Freiburg now goes down as well. Optic's round loss bonus may be high, but it doesn't seem like it's ever going to be high enough for actually a win to come their way. Engin takes down Magis. Calix comes in with a 3rd. They're just lining up for him. He does finally get taken out, but now Alu's all alone. AK in hand, he's got a molly and a smoke to work with, but what else can he really do here in the 1 versus 4? Spots out Zantares, but he's dropped down to 7 health. A gust of wind could come in and he'd die. Ooh, that was nice.
Starts it well.
That gives him a good start. And how does he go from here? He's looking towards middle. And Paz just comes out. USP doesn't even need the AWP. Finishes him off with the 1 tap. And now we sit at 9-1. Space Soldiers again. The Cash Masters.
Looking even more dominant than they did when they first played Optic in that 11-4 start. Dominating performance on their CT half once again, and a timeout comes out from Optic. Going to try and talk about what needs to change. How can they get around these players? All of the map just seems like a no-go zone at the moment for Optic.
Optic are taking that timeout, and rightly so. This is starting to look really scary. Alu back on that revolver. Freiburg with the Deeg in hand. Everyone else on CZs, they're getting the armor up. I literally don't know what it would take for them to turn this around now, because Space Soldiers just continue to rip them apart at everything they try to do here, Sam.
Yeah, we do have to remember, though, of course, they did lose that 11-4 deficit when they first met Optic in the best of 1. But that was not on Cash.
Yeah.
Is the difference. You've seen already that Space Soldiers strong on both sides on this map. And already an unbelievable start.
Sonteris flashed into A main once again, and it's just devastating. Every single time the communication's key, and Optic just walking into their death.
Another slumping for Optic. Space Soldiers delivering the digs. Now a 9-round advantage heading into the 12th. And even more dominant than we saw previously from Space Soldiers. This map is just their home. Super questionable. We've already mentioned it so much, but you have to go back to it, allowing them to play cash, especially in the second map of a best of 3. May come back to haunt Optic.
And then we go to a real middle ground in Mirage if Space Soldiers claim this map. Scary scenario for Optic to be in. The cracks are beginning to show. And the crazy thing is, imagine if Space Soldiers improve their map pool. How deadly they could be.
If they could play every map like they play cash, they wouldn't be fighting for a major spot anymore. Definitely not, as we can see already. Dominant display, and again the openers go towards Space Soldiers' way.
Still a one-man advantage despite the trades towards A and middle. Freiburg, Magisk, the only guys left alive. Magisk trying to spray up high towards Catwalk, but he can't hit the shots. Freiburg's backing him up all the way towards Forklift as his teammate falls. Freiburg working his way around and still can't make it happen. Engine comes in with a call, and now you start to see the frustration really start to gather up here for Optic. You may as well get a Turkish flag and stick it in the center of this map, because nowhere is Optic getting any bomb plants. They're not hardly getting into the site. They're just being halted everywhere they go.
And Space Soldiers having 2 members alive on every round except for that second one where we saw the time expire with Alu not getting the bomb quite down. That was where they got them down to 1. But other than that, the closest Optic Gaming has got is 3 kills into the round.
Not good enough, but Magisk looking to change it. And this is how it works, going faster than they can get prepared for. Headshots all across the board. That's a triple for Magisk because he only has 1 health left. Calyx all alone, 1 versus 5.
Oh.
Picks up the first kill, nice little flick, but how much more can he do here? The bomb's been planted on the A site. Calyx has got to check every single corner. He doesn't know where to look or where to turn. And he's just going to throw the AWP away. He doesn't want to allow him to have it. He says, come and get me, boys, but you're not having my big green gun.
Smart play coming out from Calyx, knowing how far ahead they are. Not important to get the round on the board. More important to deny that economy, and especially deny that AWP out of the hands of Alu. Finally, Optic Gaming get another round on the board. That first one, of course, the pistol. We see Magisk here doing what he can. Squeezing his team onto that site. At least now, they can at least match that first matchup 11-4. Going to try and get these last 2 rounds. Give them some breathing space once they swap over to their CT side.
Sam, how does it take 13 rounds for Optic to realize as long as you can beat him to the punch, we can do this, we can come in and win the round? Because that's all it's been about here. The spray coming in once again, Magisk picking up 2. Calyx being hunted down as Magisk with a triple. This man has turned into an absolute beast. He's come round and said, I've had enough of this. I'm not going to be dominated by Space Soldiers over and over again. I'm not going to hold back and wait for them to get into position so they can play the game of everyone loves cash. Now we're going to play the game of everyone loves Magisk.
As we said, heading into this game, that perhaps Optic were going to have the confidence boost. And only now displaying it, Magisk's finally taking control. He's not going to be sitting there taking it on the chin anymore. Takes control, gets 3 kills and a 4th into the hands of Alu. Looking like a 3rd round on the board finally for Optic, putting some fight into this game.
Magisk finally falls, but Alu's able to reply. That is the 3rd for Optic, and it couldn't come any sooner. They'll be desperate for this last round of the first half. Space Soldiers won't have a problem buying into this round, but Optic, they've finally worked out what it is. The crazy thing here is, all it is them going faster. Don't allow them to get comfortable in positions, flash you out of position. Don't allow them to have all the control. But why is it taking this long for a team like Optic? They've got all this experience. They should have known this.
Yeah, taking the fight to Space Soldiers now are Optic, meaning they're going to gain a couple more rounds on the board, hoping to get this final one as well. At least they're not bringing it down to just the pistol round and the subsequent rounds, but Paz trying to stop that where it lies. Magisk already taken down the key player in the previous rounds.
ELEAGUE getting boosted up with his teammate. Trying to put the hurt on as Engine still finds it. With an as well. Major boosted. Oh, he dropped down. He was going to get boosted up by his teammate, but he's going to stay down on the lower side of middle. One-man advantage for Space Soldiers here. Paz has taken a bit of damage as Optic Gaming start to fall once again as things slow down and they don't just rush into the sites. Freiburg, HS, the only guys left alive. A beautiful turnaround from HS, but he can only get one. Calyx to close it out, 12-3. And Sam, we've been here before.
Definitely Space Soldiers getting one extra than they previously did. 12-3 means if they win a pistol round, that force buy afterwards and then the eco round could give themselves match point already on this second map. And Optic, we said how difficult this game was going to be. Taking Space Soldiers on cash is no easy feat. And Calyx finishing off that round, ensuring they do not get a fourth on the board. And we see on the Space Soldiers side, it isn't an individual performance sticking out. All these players are within 2 kills of each other across the board. This entire team just holding their positions everywhere across the map. And an unbelievable start to the game for Space Soldiers. Now switching over to their T side, need to continue this form.
Can Optic turn this around? Magisk pushing through Squeaky Door, going aggressive, but they're ready and waiting for him. Paz finds the kill, read him like a book. Magisk hungry for the kills, hungry to stop Space Soldiers from coming into that site. But now it's up to the rest of his team as Mixwell manages to take Engine. They're pushing through a B. Magic calling it in, but he can't make the kills. HS dominating once again. This man with the USP in his hand is so dangerous. As Space Soldiers look forward to this A bomb site. There's no CTs around them just yet. Paz, one taps away, drops the headshot onto HS as Mixwell is the only one left alive with 11 points of health. The bomb is down and there's not too much that the young Spaniard can do.
3 quick kills coming out of Space Soldiers there prior to the bomb going down. Will leave Mixwell all alone. Low HP, does have a smoke and a kit. But even with that, unlikely he's going to do anything and actually going to opt to save, take that utility and that defuse kit into the next round. Of course, keeping that Kevlar is going to be very important. Will allow him to get an SMG, something to mount a fight up against Space Soldiers, but they get that pistol round. And now if all goes as expected, Space Soldiers could be left on match point against Optic Gaming.
Optic Gaming dealt 2 16-2 scorelines to Ago. Now they're on the receiving end of it potentially here from Space Soldiers. They're being taught how to play cash. This has been an incredible performance from Space Soldiers. One that not many people could have predicted. Can Space Soldiers go all the way here and continue to cause upset after upset?
Mixwell currently with a scout in hand. Gonna have to pull off some miraculous headshots if he wants to give his team any chance now going into the later half. Space Soldiers starting it very strong, winning that pistol. You can see all this weaponry in the hands of the T side. 2 AKs, 3 SMGs. Optic left clinging onto the cliff, not wanting to fall just yet, but it's starting to get so far away from them. A 10-round deficit to climb.
Space Soldiers not rushing into this just yet. They don't want to run to their doom as Mixwell continues to tap away. Tags down Zonteres down to 29 health with the scout in hand. HS has the ELEAGUE with that crazy revolver in play. Magisk and Freiburg with the Deagles. They know they need to cause an upset here. They knew they need to turn something around. As Freiburg finds one, but he's instantly traded out. Paz with the AK-47 starts to make his way down towards Squeaky Door. Starts spamming through to try and get anyone towards the forklift area. It looks like Space Soldiers will line themselves up, get ready to push into this A site. Magisk to tapping away. It wasn't him that got the kill though. It was ELEAGUE with the revolver once again, and he gets the second kill. Is this the new meta of Counter-Strike?
Surely this cannot be how Space Soldiers fall. You see though, on the other side of the map, Major will be getting that bomb plant. All of that play towards A was a distraction, but currently he's still all alone. Engin hasn't joined him just yet. I have to get a move on now. Not catching any rotators out just yet.
That was brilliant from Major as well. He comes in with one with a Mac-10. He's got to be careful because they're coming from every single angle. Finds the kill onto Alu as well. Now there's only one left, and that's beautiful. The Mac Daddy Supreme comes up, top jumps with a triple, even long ranging it up as Space Soldiers secure the 14th round here on Cash. And Optic, still, even when they were looking so strong to potentially take this round, couldn't hold it together. What a play, what a man. Anyone on Space Soldiers could clutch out rounds, it seems.
Despite Alu's best Clint Eastwood impression, he is not able to win that round for Optic Gaming. 2 kills will not be enough. But because of that prior success, he will invest in that revolver once more. Space Soldiers 2 rounds away from winning this game and taking it to a final map in a best of 3 against Optic Gaming.
Good old Clint.
I miss good Clint Eastwood movies, mate. That was a good time.
There you go. That can be Alu's next CSGO movie. Just complete revolvers. Headshots galore. Damage across the board as we hear Zonteris scream as Freiburg gets the first kill. Deagle's shots coming into play, and he is going to be spammed down. Got to be careful. The AK will outdo him there in that situation as Paz sprays through as he works his way through to the squeaky door. They are on the back foot by one person. Still a lot to play for. Still a lot of damage to be done. Optic nearly clutched it out on the previous round. It was the heroics of Major making it happen as Calix opens up onto Mixwell, putting it into a 4 versus 4. Paz looking to go through this door, but he can't quite work out where they are just yet. They're being very quiet on this A-bomb site as Magisk jumps down, and that's going to give him all the information he needs. They're starting to move around, and Paz opens the door, gets ready to go. Freiburg found himself a second kill. Engin will surely get the call in to get the bomb down. He's going into this A site, and Space Soldiers again have the advantage as Paz starts to attack him from behind.
Paz currently dueling Freiburg, trying to get another into this round, securing this bomb site. Freiburg, HS, and Alu all waiting for each other now, then going to go for the push. Alu does have that kit in hand, so at least they can cut away half of that defuse time, but 3 Space Soldiers members, AKs in hand, ready to greet them once they get out of this site.
And you know what's crazy? Paz was pushing, definitely had the advantage, but he knows when to hold back as Calix comes in with the triple. The smart plays across the board here from Space Soldiers. They're not overextending. They're not going too far. Optic have no money to work with here. Maybe we'll get a few oomph in play. Again, Alu with the revolver. He wants to play it over and over again. He wants to go for these movie franks by the sounds of it because people seem to be enjoying it. But they're probably down and out of this map now as Space Soldiers look to clean up Cash and do it in such convincing fashion. That ending there for Calix as well. This man continues to impress, continues to raise the bar, and continues to help his team secure round after round.
Calix with 4 into that round now, starting to differentiate himself from the rest of his teammates. Now 20 kills into the game. Zantares gets the opener, but Alu does trade it out. A 4 versus 4, but look at the weaponry differences. 4 AKs over towards Space Soldiers. Major and HS both getting a kill of their own, brings to a 3v3.
Someone do me a favor, count how many revolver kills Alu's had and stick that up, because this man keeps managing to do the unthinkable. Now we're in a 2 versus 3. It's not unwinnable for Optic, but it's not going to be easy as Space Soldiers still not even going to commit to the B bomb site just yet. They're waiting up. They've got all the time in the world, over a minute to play with here, and then that's where Alu and Magisk realize, okay, it's not quite happening towards the B site just yet. But Space Soldiers are still not committing to anything.
Going into this map, we both assumed Optic knew something we did not, had something planned. But whatever that plan was, it's been smashed to smithereens by all of these Space Soldiers members. Shattering that plan as quick as they've been shattering helmets. Headshot after headshot, 15-3. Magisk does his best, gets a kill with that Deagle to bring it down to a 2v2, but the play is already occurring on the other side of the map. And once again, Optic are going to have to play catch-up.
I'll be honest, Sam. We did say that we think Optic had a trick up their sleeves, or they thought they knew something. I think it was just stupidity and overconfidence. Because why would you do this? This makes no sense. 16-3. Space Soldiers take the second map in an incredibly convincing fashion against the favorites of this entire event, Optic Gaming. We'll be going to Mirage next, but God, we've got a lot to break down from that. First of all, don't pick cash. Second of all, don't pick cash.
Yeah, we give this advice at the start of the tournament. Apparently, Optic weren't watching. I don't even get how it can kind of happen. I don't get it. It's so by far their best map. Why even bother? Why even risk it? And Space Soldiers making sure they are punished for that bad decision. 16-3, a trouncing on cash.
I've got a third recommendation as well. Don't pick cash. That's just literally...
Yeah, that'll work.
This is the most insane. You look at these highlights, right? And, okay, Optic, you got 3 rounds. Not bad. We had some few nice kills and stuff on there. But this basically turned into the Space Soldiers show. Every single time they were playing smart, they were holding strong. Even look at the points where they were massively ahead. They weren't looking to risk anything. They weren't able to drop any rounds. Paz was happily chasing people down at some points and then just falling back into the side to back up his teammates, despite still probably being able to go for the frags. Calyx stepped up again beyond belief. Mayo was there doing all the work you needed. Basically, the whole of Space Soldiers are able to perform when you get them on cash.
Calyx with a plus 13, but only 21 kills. Although that is a great amount of kills, you have to highlight people on his team not far behind him. The lowest amount of kills on his squad was 14, 15, 16, 18. Everyone was up there. It wasn't just like one person carrying them, which we're so used to talking about on the Space Soldiers side. It does usually come down to some individual performances. This time, though, showing how dominant they can be as an entire team. Smashing Optic out the server. 16-3, going to have a big rebound now going into this third map. Of course, these are veterans we're talking about, James. On this Optic lineup, they are no strangers to defeat. They know how it feels to lose.
Oh, yes.
But they're still not going to get used to losing like that.
No, that is almost an unacceptable loss. You let them have cash. You could have banned it out. I'm just going to come back to that veto. I'm just going to look down the veto again. So, Optic removed Cobblestone. Fair enough. Yeah, I understand that.
Yep.
Then Space Soldiers removed Nuke. Optic picked Overpass. And then instantly, you know Space Soldiers going to pick Cash. But Cobblestone, they're okay at, yeah? Cash is still their best map, so why do you not take that one first? What's the whole Cobblestone? Because, yes, okay, we can see Optic don't play Cobblestone, yes, right? We look at their stats and it's just non-existent, especially recently.
Yeah.
But you don't, I don't see, I can't get my head around it. I need a 5-minute break to sit there and think why. Why just sit there and work it out?
Yeah, there must be some major problem with Optic on Cobble because removing that over Cash, definitely preferring their own preferences over Space Soldiers, you'd think it'd be worth, okay, we'll just play Cobble. We don't play it, but
exactly,
it's better than Cash.
Because you know how to play the game.
We can get more than 3 rounds, yeah. All right, Freiburg, go drop. I'm sure we can do something. We can get more than 3. And Space Soldiers showing their dominant performance once again on Cash. Yep. That's 2 veteran squads they've defeated with ease now on that map.
Calyx, the man of the match, the MVP, and no surprises there. He had a few nice triple kills, some dominating performances across the board, and it was just Space Soldiers, the Space Soldiers show. Like I said, we need to get a Turkish flag, stick it in the middle of Cash, and just put that map to rest. Maybe this is the way forward for him, but you can't play Cash anymore. We're going to Mirage.